Hi, it's me. Number 10, Egypt's Forbidden Granite Boxes. In December of 2018, an Egyptian minister revealed the mysterious granite boxes that had been discovered inside a tomb. The boxes were found deep within the burial chamber of an ancient priest. They were sealed shut with no way to open them. Inside these coffins were human remains. However, the reason for their discovery in the first place was due to a nearby sinkhole which swallowed up part of the temple. This happened at the Karnak Temple complex. The site is in Luxor, one of the most famous archaeological places in all of Egypt. It has thousands of years of history built into its foundations. While excavating the temple, researchers came across a shaft that was approximately 66 feet deep. At the bottom of this shaft, they discovered the two granite boxes. These were placed carefully side by side with a small gap between them. But who was buried in these boxes? The coffins themselves are incredibly heavy, each weighing around 100 tons. This would be similar to the weight of an elephant. Just how the ancient Egyptians managed to move these gigantic blocks of granite is a mystery unto itself. Researchers believe that these must have been the final resting place of a very important priest. His name was Mentuhotep, but he isn't mentioned in any historical texts. He was likely a priest from the 21st dynasty. That would make him over 3,000 years old. There was also a second person buried here whose name we don't know. It might have been a woman, possibly Mentuhotep's wife, or perhaps his daughter. Scientists have been unable to open the coffins because they are so heavy and they don't want to damage them. Even if they could get them open, there is a law in Egypt that forbids anyone from disturbing mummies. It says that anyone who disturbs a mummy will be cursed for 30 years. Of course, this is just a myth, but the Egyptian government takes their artifacts very seriously. Still, scientists would love to be able to peer inside the coffins and determine whether there are any other secrets hidden within. Maybe there are valuable treasures or perhaps even a secret passageway. For now, though, they remain undisturbed. And we can only wonder what mysteries they hold. Number 9. Pyramids still a mystery. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the world's greatest mysteries. Built as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu, the structure took an estimated 20 to 30 years to complete. This was somewhere between 2580 and 2560 BC. We don't know exactly how the Egyptians managed to construct such a monumental structure without modern technology. We also don't know how they moved the massive stone blocks, some of which weigh over 70 tons. Despite numerous theories, scientists still can't agree on how the pyramids were built. We also don't know what the purpose of the smaller pyramids was, or why so many of them were built throughout Egypt. While we may never know the true secrets behind these structures, they remain a source of fascination for people all over the world. And now for No. 8, but first it's shout-out time. I wanted to give a big thank you to our supporters for supporting us. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos like these. No. 8. Ancient Egyptian DNA. A recent study has revealed some interesting facts about ancient Egyptian DNA. Researchers were able to extract DNA from the remains of 2 Egyptian mummies. The mummies were over 1,000 years old, but their DNA was surprisingly well preserved. What's interesting is that these 2 individuals didn't look or live the same way. One was a male in his 50s who lived near the coast, while the other was a female in her early 20s who lived inland. Their DNA suggests that they may have come from different parts of the world. The coastal man may have had ancestors from Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, while the woman's ancestors may have come from Greece and Rome. This suggests that the ancient Egyptians were more genetically diverse than previously thought. It also suggests that they were more cosmopolitan than previously thought. They didn't just live in Egypt, but traveled all over the known world. Number 7. Who built the pyramids? There are thousands of pyramids spread out over the globe. They were constructed by many different civilizations, including the ancient Egyptians, Nubians, Mesopotamians, and the Maya. But who built the pyramids in Sudan? The pyramids in Sudan were built by the Nubian civilization. The Nubians were a group of people who lived in the region of Nubia, which is located south of Egypt along the Nile River. They built over 200 pyramids between 2000 BC and 1500 BC. The pyramids in Sudan are much smaller than the pyramids in Egypt. Most of them are only about 100 feet tall, but they are just as impressive nonetheless. The Nubians built their pyramids as tombs for their kings and queens. They also built them as a way to show their power and wealth. The pyramids in Sudan are a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the Nubian people. 6. Why don't scientists accept the pyramids were built by aliens? The idea that aliens built the pyramids is a popular conspiracy theory, but it's not taken seriously by the scientific community for several reasons. First, there's no evidence that aliens ever visited Earth. There are many claims of alien sightings and supposed UFO sightings, but none of these have been verified. Second, even if aliens did visit Earth, there's no reason to believe that they would have built pyramids. Pyramids are a human invention, and there's no evidence that aliens have ever built anything on Earth. Third, there's plenty of evidence that the pyramids were built by ancient humans. We have archaeological evidence, historical records, and scientific studies that show how the pyramids were built. In short, there is no need to invoke aliens when we have perfectly good explanations for how the pyramids were built. Thanks for watching. Remember to stay tuned for more videos like these. See you next time. Bye.